Larson a year ago watched the race from North Carolina. Today, he's a Cup Series champion.
Oh my God, guys! Yes!
Kyle Larson's 2021 season will go down as one of the best championship seasons in NASCAR history. 10 wins, 20 top 5s, and 26 top 10s, that's a season that any driver would kill for. It's also one of the most dominating championship seasons in the illustrious history of Hendrick Motorsports, which says a lot considering you had Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson dominating throughout the years. With an amazing first season in the books, 2022 had heavy expectations. Fans and the media viewed the 2022 season as a potential championship repeat year for him. It's hard to go back-to-back in any sport, but in NASCAR, it's extremely hard when you look at the playoff format. The 2022 season got off to a great start, with Kyle Larson winning the pole for the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. But as some of us know, Kyle Larson isn't exactly the best on super speedways. Towards the end of the race, he was running inside the top 10 when he hooked Kevin Harvick and started the late big one. But in the following race at Fontana, Larson and the 5 team got back on track very quickly, scoring the team's first win of the season. However, it wasn't without controversy, and what amplified this situation even more was it involved his teammate Chase Elliott.
Hang on. Stupid motherfucker! Cool, 5. He's a fucking idiot. Fucking broke again. Piece of shit, motherfucker. God damn it! He broke that right rear again, so. What the fuck is he doing, man? That was a dick move by him, for sure. It wasn't even fucking close. I mean, I'm like way outside.
While that situation was handled internally, on the surface, it was looking like Kyle Larson was set for another dominating season. The new next-gen car is supposed to showcase driver talent, and Larson is arguably the most talented driver in the sport. It was looking like a match made in heaven, but as the season progressed, even though Larson was looking good at times, him and the team certainly weren't at the level they were a season ago.
This race car is having an engine problem. Right now, the team has got him cycling through the pages on the dashboard, looking at all the information he can, but it doesn't sound good for the 5.
And last time by here at turn 4, he was right down on the apron, not for the dog leg, but in the middle of turn 4 as he paged through there, trying to sort things out.
Don't get out too far, Blaney. Whoa!
Into the wall, Larson and Hamlin.
It kind of goes back to what you're saying, Clint. There's so much drag in that 5 car, pulling him back. I think Denny was just trying to push him. Almost the same situation as his teammate Kyle Busch pushing the 3 car earlier.
Yes, he was. You saw the run that he got on Kyle off of 4. Now they're door to door. Now we're going in. Kyle did not give up this position easy. Tried to make it a slide job there. Was it clear? Kyle held him really strong on the outside, bumping actually on both sides. Get off of 2, still door to door, and now a little bit of frustration sets in. Drives off into the corner just a little bit too hard, right in the middle of the racetrack. Gets loose underneath of him, trying to stay off of the 18 and spins out. Costly mistake, losing a lot of track position.
And remember, he had restarted 34th, worked his way all the way up to the top 10, and all of a sudden he dropped down. He said, guys, I think I'm blowing up, and now he's in the pit box and it died and he cannot get it to refire.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm okay, but, I mean, as hard as I hit it, something's got to be bent. Yeah, I mean, I'm crawling around the racetrack trying not to crash at the end. I'm not good. In general, I think I f***ed my car up a long time ago, and I've got to figure out how to drive it now. And it sucks. Me, as a driver, I suck. Not anybody else but me.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's make a deal. 35 laps till halfway. We've gone from all over the place to all over the place. So at halfway, pit crew is going to be reset, you're going to be reset. We'll work on the car a little bit more, and let's just go have 200 good laps. I know you're frustrated, I get it, but we're going to be fine. We hit the wall, we spun out, we literally caught on fire. We are also the most penalized team on pit road in the first half. So I don't really know what the hell you're worried about, but I'm fine. The team's fine. Everybody down here is nodding their heads and giving a thumbs up, so Let's go.
Bobbles just a little bit.
Oh, now he's on the outside. Chastain's got him. 4 wide. Oh, they're wrecking. Unbelievable. Did the caution come out?
They get the white? No.
Caution before the white.
Caution. We will line up and do it again.
Oh my gosh.
All those guys going for it coming off of turn 4.
By the halfway point, it was apparent that the team was certainly not at the level they were a season ago, which is understandable. You're not going to get 10 wins every single year. However, seeing the team struggle from time to time was very shocking. They would perform as expected at times, scoring top 5s and top 10s, but then there would be races in between where they looked like they fell off a cliff.
Let's take a look.
Oh boy. My goodness.
Oh, and I'm sure Kyle was coming over to apologize.
Some sort of mechanical issue on the 5 car for him. Look at that. He is flying when he comes in there.
So I heard him say, I have a pedal, which looking back now, maybe he didn't have brakes and now he does have brakes. That's the one thing that seems to make sense. And to your point, that is why he went over to talk to Ty Dillon.
I'd say we're lucky that wasn't worse than it was. I mean,
that was huge.
He wasn't winning a whole lot of races, but for the most part, nobody was worried. He was still inside the top 5 in consistent points, and it was looking like they were peaking at just the right time before the playoffs began, scoring their second and what would turn out to be their final win of the season at Watkins Glen. Another argument is that all the problems they ran into during the regular season were mostly not their fault. It was just the case of the next gen's crappy ass parts. Even in the regular season finale after blowing an engine at Daytona, nobody was worried. If you were to ask NASCAR fans their championship 4 predictions, most of them would definitely include Kyle Larson. He was still viewed as a championship favorite, but that was all before the actual playoff races began.
Could not see anything on his dash, but it's, quote, making that noise again. No power, just another one, he said. It looks like the engine may be gone on the 5.
Oh my goodness, the 5-car broken engine a week ago at Daytona. Now here they are in the playoffs. Another potential engine issue.
Oil temp right now?
207.
Larson right here. He's back there and gets loose all by himself.
Yeah, you don't see that from Kyle Larson.
That's interesting. Slides across the racetrack, though, in front of B.J. McLeod. Light contact with the left rear. He'll get to pit road for new tires.
Despite a few setbacks, as expected, they made it through the round of 16. But with finishes of 12th, 8th, and 5th, some began to be a little bit skeptical of him potentially repeating. Once the round of 12 began, it got even worse. Finishes of 9th and 18th at Texas and Talladega had him just inside the top 8. And with the round of 12 cutoff race taking place at a track they won at a season ago, despite mechanical failures, the Charlotte Roval was viewed as a plus for Kyle Larson. To add more context, Hendrick Motorsports earlier that week won their appeal to get some points back for William Byron, putting him just above the cut line. Why is that relevant? Don't worry, you're gonna find out later. As for Kyle Larson, he was basically a non-factor the entire race. But it's all good. He had enough of a points cushion to advance to the round of 8. All he needs to do is stay out of trouble and just bring the car home in one piece. Never mind.
Not sure what the issue is with the 5. Looking at them on pit road, we'll check in with the team. They are bringing out supplies. So again, Kyle Larson, unfortunate circumstances, right rear toe link is what we're hearing, got knocked out, so not sure where that contact came from.
We talked about this at the top of the show. There doesn't even have to be wall contact. While there are walls everywhere, these curbs will destroy a race car.
That 20-plus point gap they had has now deteriorated into the single digits. Despite those problems, they still had just enough points to advance. All they need to happen is for the rest of the race to finish under green so there isn't a chance for anyone below the cut line to make up spots. Instead, the now infamous Roval sign brought out a caution with 6 laps to go, giving everyone in the field a chance to make up spots, including one of the cutoff drivers, Chase Briscoe. Because he had a better finish in one of the round of 12 races, Briscoe had the tiebreaker, and since Larson was multiple laps down because of the toe link issue, he had no chance to make up any spots. There's no question Kyle Larson did mess up his own chances by hitting the wall, but the Roval sign caution was officially the death knell to any sort of hope of him advancing.
The fight for the final transfer spot. Briscoe. He's done it. He's eliminated the reigning champion.
And I'll definitely come back stronger and smarter, make better moves out there, and just mad at myself. So bummer, but just gotta move on.
And remember the Hendrick Motorsports appeal I had mentioned earlier? They had gotten back just enough points for William Byron to advance. The combination of all of these factors are what led to Kyle Larson being knocked out of the round of 12. In hindsight, it was pretty naive for some fans to think that Larson would continue that same level of success he had a season ago. Seasons like that don't happen too often, and when you look at his stats so far in the 2022 season, a lot of teams and drivers would love to have a season like that. But unfortunately, because he was the defending Cup Series champion and because he was knocked out way too early in the round of 12, we have no choice but to label Kyle Larson's 2022 season as a championship hangover. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.